Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev.
A burst pipe at 3 a.m. is a bad way to start the day. A cold shower in November isn't invigorating. So before you start freaking, call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is just one call away 24 hours a day. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle, presenting the roast of Steve Miggs live on stage.
Oh, look out.
Less than a month away, baby.
Yes, all my coworkers are going to say nice things about me. It's a celebration, right?
Yeah, that's it. Sure. You keep telling yourself that.
We're all going to just share loving stories about each other.
That's right, man. This wonderful times. Special guest roasters, not just us here at the, at KISW in the men's room and Ryan Castle and Taryn Daly. We got guests coming.
Walter Jones from the Seattle Seahawks, legend Hall of Famer. That's going to be pretty dang awesome. Craig Gass, great comedian, is going to be a part of it as well. And Adam Gerke. Yeah. You see him on Fox 13 News, and he's going to be there with us as well.
How about that, man? I mean, you've got just a cavalcade of people saying nice things about you. Yeah, that's it. Friday, April 15th at Snoqualmie Casino Ballroom. Part of the ticket proceeds going towards Smash. And if you want info, you want tickets, you know where to go. KISW.com.
Let's play B. Miggs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. B. Miggs, don't be a loser. Whoa. B. Miggs, you're a loser.
It is time for B. Miggs. And it's Wednesday, so let's whack him instead.
Like the
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky.
like the Kraken whacked.
Yeah, finally whacked them coyotes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so awesome. It was weird, though, last night because it was scoreless in the first period. Second period, I looked down, I looked up, and suddenly it was like 2-1.
Yep. Yeah, BJ's theory went down flames.
Yeah. Boo. Screw that theory.
I was so happy. I'm so happy that theory went to hell.
Yeah, that time I was.
Yes.
Let's get to our contestant today. We got James in Federal Way. James, are you there?
I am. How are you guys?
Doing great. All right,
Hey,
Steve.
James.
Get out of here.
Goodbye.
Get out. For those playing at home, James will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. James, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am. Absolutely.
What is the required amount of years a player must be out of high school before being eligible to play in the NFL?
2, 3, 4.
3, yes. Kyrie Irving is known as a known professional at what sport?
Basketball.
Yes. Which trio released the 90s album Crazy Sexy Cool?
TLC.
Yes. Which newspaper is abbreviated to WSJ?
Pass.
According to Google, what is the best-selling beer in the U.S.?
Bud Light. Budweiser.
Bud Light, yes. Who played Elliot Ness in the 87 movie The Untouchables?
Kevin Costner.
Yes. Which pink bird is the national bird of the Bahamas?
Flamingo.
Yes. How many Police Academy movies have been released?
7, 8, 9.
No. The first Hunger Games movie released in what early 2010s year?
11, 12, 13.
12, yes. What protein comes from combining wheat, flour, and water?
Bread.
No.
Pass.
Which newspaper is abbreviated to WSJ?
Wall Street Journal.
Yes! Nice. And James gets 8 correct.
Ooh, let's hope that's the difference maker. I'm happy he got the WSJ.
Yeah. I thought that would have been an easy one, and glad that he was able to get that.
Here he comes.
Here comes Steve.
Oh, the unroastable is coming in the room as we speak.
As of now, he is unroastable.
of course, in less than a month, he will be a little toasty.
Oh, you'd like to roast?
Oh, you think you're going to roast him?
Everybody wants to
Nice.
roast Steve.
Everybody wants to roast Steve.
Get in line.
Well, we got to whack you instead first.
Fine.
Are you ready?
Oh, man, I hope I win now.
Okay. What is the required amount of years a player must be out of high school before being eligible to play in the NFL?
1.
No.
2.
No.
4.
No.
3.
Yep. Kyrie Irving is a known professional at what sport?
Basketball.
Yes. Which trio released the 90s album Crazy Sexy Cool?
Oh, that's Nirvana, of course.
No.
That's TLC.
Yes. Which newspaper is abbreviated to WSJ?
Wall Street Journal.
Yes. According to Google, what is the best-selling beer in the U.S.?
Budweiser.
No.
Guinness.
No.
Coors Light.
No. Who played
Bud
Elliot?
Light.
Yep.
Damn it.
Yep.
Who played Elliot Ness in the 87 movie The Untouchables?
Robert De Niro.
No.
I don't know. Al Pacino.
No.
Dean Morgan.
Dean Morgan.
Good old Dean Morgan.
Which pink bird is the national bird of the Bahamas?
Flamingo.
Yes.
I'm a flamingo.
How many Police Academy movies have been released?
6.
Yes. The first Hunger Games movie released in what early 2010s year?
2011.
No.
2010.
No.
2012.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Steve, you get whacked. James
Hey, look.
roasts you today, buddy.
He roasted me.
Yeah, and let me tell you, the answer you got the quickest was the friggin' Police Academy answer. So
I know.
look in a mirror and really just assess your life, sir.
I know. I said that without any hesitation.
No. Full
that-
confidence.
And that wasn't a guess.
James,
I knew the answer.
James, great
Mine
job,
was a
sir.
complete guess.
Yeah.
Great job.
Did you get
my
that one
friend.
right?
He got it wrong. He said 7, 8, 9.
Oh, he was close.
Right? I know.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what? He got the other ones right, and that's what's important.
3.
Yeah, and you know what? Because
3
of
years.
that, I get this.
Bud Light.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, once you did that with the NFL, I knew it was over. First question, I knew it was over.
Yeah, the light beers, man. I mean, I don't even think Coors makes anything but a light now.
No, they do make a course, I believe.
Do they
Coors
really?
Banquet. Oh,
it's
the
called
Coors Banquet. That's
Oh.
right.
For when you're feeling fancy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Comes
back
in that
in
like
the-
cream can. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
that's
See, now,
right.
I remember when it was just like Coors, and then it was like, oh, Coors Light, just like Bud, and then Bud Light, and now, really, the light beers are the ones that are more
I
popular.
don't even know why I said Budweiser. I should have just said Bud Light. Like,
should
that
have,
was
yeah.
just a stupid guess.
Well, he figured it out a little
Yeah,
late.
but you know, you got that Police Academy one under your belt. That was really
You know, I got
impressive
the
thing.
important ones right, BJ. Thank you.
You didn't know who played Elliot Ness in the 87 Untouchables. That was Kevin Costner.
Come on, man.
Yeah. And there was one question you didn't get to that James did not get correct. What protein comes from combining wheat, flour, and water?
Wheat, flour, and water. Sheesh. I'm going to go soy.
No.
I don't know.
Is it whey protein?
No.
Oh.
It's gluten.
Oh,
Gluten.
and that's what people got to stay away from sometimes.
Sometimes if you're got that celiac, yeah.
Wheat flour and water. That's the problem with the, okay, I'll remember that even though I don't have the problem.
Well, congratulations. And, sorry for your loss, buddy.
Oh, Steve, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
All right. Well, you know, as we get nostalgic in life, and that's what a lot of people are doing when, you know, things are a little sad. We've taken a look now, a list here of the top lost skills and hobbies. And most of them have been retired due to technology and modern conveniences. So I'm wondering, you know, really, because we have so many different generations represented on our show, if people actually do like get sad over the fact that we don't do this anymore.
Okay.
All right, so these are the top lost skills and hobbies.
Rewinding a VHS tape.
Rewinding a VHS tape. Not on here, sir. Sorry.
The proper answer would be to be kind and rewind,
That's the proper
Dude, that's
answer.
right.
I still have my rewinder. I'm not letting it go.
which I think is the funniest thing.
I've let everything else go. but
Including
I
a
still keep the
VHS
rewinder.
recorder.
Yeah, I don't have that, but I still want that rewinder.
It was such a big hobby for you that you.
Oh, and
need-
BJ,
yeah.
I mean, every weekend.
Yeah.
He just spends rewinding people's VHS
Oh, yeah.
tapes.
I was kind. I mean, look, you know, that was back in the old Blockbuster video days. Make sure you rewind that bad boy. Writing letters is number one on this list of the top lost skills and hobbies.
Don't miss that whatsoever.
Really?
No. I don't hate, but I when you get like a card for somebody, like I get a Christmas, birthday, or whatever card for my wife, and like I want to write something nice, but after like 3 sentences, my hand hurts, and I'm like, I gotta speed this up. I love you so much.
go.
Bye.
Well, that's what the card's supposed to do. My grandmother's generation, my mother-in-law's generation, they're like, you know what, the card does my talking, and they just sign it.
Oh, no. What? Like you get the message on the card, but then you got to add on that empty space. You got to write, and you got to fill that entire empty space. So, my handwriting the font size has gotten a lot larger as I've gotten older because I just don't want to write for it.
You have to fill up the whole space?
That's my own thing.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's a lot of space.
There's no law.
Wow.
It's my own, weird Catholic guilt, I guess, I grew up with. I don't know.
Just get one of those big, giant crayons they give little kids and do it that way. So you write less, but it fills up the whole space.
Or a Sharpie.
That too.
One of those big-ass Sharpies.
The thick ones that get you a little high.
Yes. Ooh, it's a win-win then.
All right, then. Okay.
I just want to type it out, and I'll just print it and put it in the card.
That's the way.
I'll use that cursive font they have.
Oh, sure. You want it to be personalized.
Fancy.
Yeah, I get that.
That's terrible.
This one, number 2, I don't miss. You, as much as you hate number 1, Steve, I hated number 2, so I'm so happy we don't worry about this anymore. And again, the top lost skills and hobbies. This one is map reading. I don't care if I ever need to read a map again.
Yeah, just Siri, tell me where to go.
See, that is not a lost skill because I have so many video games that have maps in them, and I still have to read these maps.
Oh, well, see, there you go. That's you need to stop playing video games. Or you need to get a GPS for those video games.
It's like when you go to a mall and you're trying to find a store and you go to a giant map they have. I'm like, do they have an app that will just tell me how to get there? Like how at Disney World, they now have a little app that will tell you, make a left right over here.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's what we need everywhere.
Yeah. I have a thing called Point Inside, which is an app that tells you, and then you can load up any mall map or any airport map, but I don't think it does what you want, Steve.
It won't tell you when to make a left.
If it does, I have not used that function. Number 3 on this list is something that I don't think is going to matter at all, and that is knowing proper grammar.
Oh, dude, we're gooder at it than anyone else.
I know. Well, and I've got a grammar Nazi in my life, except, of course, the person is a hypocrite because, they themselves aren't perfect at this. That's why I don't think you can be a grammar Nazi anymore unless you are 100% perfect. Then otherwise, people are just going to come at you. But, there's always one. There's always one going, well, actually.
I think as we get further into this world of texting, grammar's just going out the window.
Oh, yeah.
I just, just the way that everyone shortens everything and just doesn't use it. And sometimes doesn't even use it. Some people view using a period as an aggressive thing to put in a text, which I think is hilarious. Yeah. But that's actually a thing. If you use the period punctuation.
Wow. So the period's aggressive because I use the period all the time.
Yeah. If you're ending a sentence with a period, it means no enthusiasm, just excitement. You're just saying it
abruptly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is silly because you're just putting a period at the end of a sentence.
The only way around that is to add an emoji or an LOL. That's the only way
you need
to
a smiley face or
chill
something.
it out. Yeah.
Can you use a period to separate sentences, or is that bad now?
No, that's fine.
Oh,
it's just the last sentence can't end with a period.
Right. Like if you, for example,
hell is happening?
if I text you, okay, with no period, you're like, okay, they understand. But if I say okay with a period, it's like, oh. Mad.
Really? Oh.
Like, okay.
Yeah, it's like that in the thumbs up. Never thumbs up anybody anymore.
Right.
So if you write back, why are you pissed off? Can you put a question mark, or does that come off as aggressive?
I mean, you're responding to my pettiness and my passive aggressiveness, so of course it's going to be aggressive.
It depends on how many question marks you put. If you put in 3, it means serious business.
Never thumbs up anybody anymore. That's the simplest way to say, okay, I got it. What do you use instead? Because I just thumbs up Steve's email today. That means I don't want to think I'm pissed at me.
We need to talk after the show, BJ.
Wow.
Yeah, good job. Super condescending there, buddy.
Yeah. What do I use if I can't use the thumbs up? I mean, if somebody goes,
you need
hey,
to type out okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
That's a lot more letters than just the thumbs up.
Fine, okie doke. That works too if you want to shorten it.
Well, there should be an emoji that's the okie dokie emoji.
Yeah, thumbs up.
It's the middle finger emoji.
Oh, okay.
Thanks,
Danny.
BJ.
All right. Well, there you go, Steve. You know what you're getting in the future. Mental math is also on the list of lost skills and hobbies.
Do we have to argue on that one?
No, we don't. No, it's done.
Who can do mental math?
No one on this show.
No.
I kind of can sometimes.
I mean, only the multiplications tables that I had back in the day. That's
totally.
But I don't even know if they make kids do that anymore.
I bet they do.
You think?
I don't know. I'll let you know in a couple of years.
Yeah. I wonder if you have to know, maybe. I mean, it seems like a waste of time when you have a calculator on your phone. I mean, you figure it out as you go on. Do you need to know what 12 times 7 is, really?
I don't know. It's over 70. I know that much.
It's 84.
Okay, there you go. Now, if you said 10 times 7, I got you.
Oh, you got me on that one?
Yeah,
Thanks, buddy. This last one is one that, and Sarah gets mad at me because I don't know her phone number, which is like, why should I know your phone number? You're on my speed dial. You're on my favorite list. I don't know what your number is anymore.
What if you go to jail, you've got the one phone call, and now you can't remember her number to come save you?
The only number I'll call is my old childhood phone. Dude. Oliver 86095. That's the only number I know.
I know my wife's. It's not because I committed it to memory for these instances that we're talking about. It's because we use her number for like rewards for the coffee at Bigfoot Java.
That's how I learned right.
It's like UFC for us.
At Dick's, the sporting goods place. Like, it's just instantly, or even like at like the supplement store. Like, and every time I do it, I'll give them the number and they're like, okay, Sydney. And I'm like, why are you calling me Sydney? And I realize, it's under her. That's why.
Oh, that's why.
Like,
it's good though. At least at least it's a name where they think it could be you. Rather, when they go, okay, Kathy to me, it's like, oh, they're on to me. They know that's not my number.
That's true. There are some Sydneys and dudes, obviously. Sidney Crosby. Boom.
Boom. That's what and make sure you say that to him. Yeah, that's right. I'm Sydney, like Sidney Crosby.
Like Sidney Crosby. Yeah, we spell it different, but we're pretty much the same. We both play hockey.
Yeah.
That's about as far as it goes.
Oh, yeah. Daniel Radcliffe just shared that he used to be embarrassed that he was Harry Potter. You're going to hear from him at 7:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. In a recent interview, Daniel Radcliffe just shared that there was once a time that he was embarrassed that he was Harry Potter in the movies. And he said it was only later that he embraced the character. And here's he telling us a little bit more about this.
I mean, I think honestly, like when I was on Harry Potter and dressed as a schoolboy, it didn't feel like the coolest thing in the world at the time. And it's been honestly later that I have looked back and I'm like, oh no, that was incredibly cool. And I do feel that now for sure.
Man, he wasted all those years being embarrassed about something that he was a movie star.
Yeah. I mean, and also the amounts of money that he has made off of this, where he can do anything he wants, and he kind of does. I mean, the movies that he does, the different performances that he did. I mean, they are out there because he doesn't need cash.
Yeah, but he was also like going through his like moody teenage years, probably when he was like embarrassed by it. And it's like if you go out anywhere and everyone's just like, "Oh, look, it's Harry," as opposed to, you're probably going to be a little bit embarrassed by it.
I see. I would be leaning hard into that. I would just be like, but what's up, ladies? Harry Potter here.
Could you imagine as like an 18-year-old just walking down the street, people just yelling, "You're a wizard, Harry!" all the time?
I'd be like, "Twinkle, twinkle, bitches!" I don't know.
Twinkle, twinkle.
I don't know. Is that a magic?
I don't think that's...
I want that on a shirt.
Twinkle, twinkle, bitches!
I mean, if he said that would have been hysterical.
What's a word that they could use? Like, it's Harryland.
Harryland. Yeah, well, I don't know what the word is, but I don't know if it's twinkle, twinkle, bitches is the right phrase for Harry.
And I'd be like, I just open up my phone app that has like my bank information, and I'd look at the amount of money that's in my bank account and be like, not embarrassed by that whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right about that.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
Daniel Radcliffe says he used to be embarrassed that he played Harry Potter in the movies. So based on this, we want to know, what is something that you used to be embarrassed about? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What is something that you used to be embarrassed about? Your calls, your texts after the Pumpkins on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has the widest range of electrified vehicles on the market, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
When the hot water needs to be hot, when the drain needs to drain, when the toilet needs to flush, you need to do two things. Stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical. On call and there when you need them most. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Daniel Radcliffe used to be embarrassed that he played Harry Potter in the movies. So based on this, we want to know, what is something that you used to be embarrassed about? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Tom in Auburn, you are on the Rock.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, Tom. What you got for us, buddy?
I used to be, especially like in high school, I used to be hugely embarrassed to be a nerd. I never talked about it.
Dude, we have a few texts that are saying the exact same thing, that the nerd one was like, that seems to be the top choice.
Yeah, I've got a buddy, same thing, man, same thing.
What were you a big nerd about?
Oh, I'm a huge into science fiction and comic books, mainly like Star Trek.
Nice.
So you want to ask me trivia about it, I probably know it.
Do it, PJ.
I'm that big.
All right, Star Trek. I'll give you Star Trek. What was the name of Spock's father?
Sarek.
There we go. He's a winner. There we go.
What's Yoda's real name?
That would actually, that would not be Star Trek.
I'm not big into Star Wars trivia. I like Star Wars, just not that kind of nerd.
Oh, yeah.
But.
To be honest, I don't even have the answer.
Yeah.
You could have said Mark, and I would have been like, "That's it, got it."
That's Mark. Yeah, you should have said. You should have said Grogu just to piss everybody off.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, Tom. It's a funny thing, Steve. I've got a friend of mine who, he grew up in Missouri, and he is a huge geek, but he also does everything else. Like, he's an outdoorsman. His job is a very physical job. He's in great shape, and he was just telling us, he's like, he could never ever let anybody know growing up in Missouri that he loved what he loved, like Dungeons and Dragons and board games and science fiction. He just couldn't do it, and it's surprising because he's like a millennial. And I remember in my time that was an issue to be a closet nerd. And I had a friend that was like that, where he said he'd pound the crap out of me. He says, if you ever tell anybody that I like Star Trek, and then we talk this nerd stuff. Because he was like, he hung out with the cool kids in high school, so he didn't want them to know that he was a geek like me. I was like, I don't care, I'm a geek. What else am I going to do? So it's surprising that it's still a thing, with like millennials, that they had to hide it.
Yeah, someone said being a nerd. Now I think it's awesome. And my friends always bring me to trivia nights as I dominate. I'm also 4-0 and beat Migs, so suck it, unroastable Migs, LOL.
Woo, look at this.
Clearly a nerd and a bully.
Well, you know what? The oppressed becomes the oppressor, Steve. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What is something that you used to be embarrassed about?
Someone said, I used to be embarrassed about being half Canadian. Kids would always joke that my mom was imported water or why my head did not flap. Oh, from South Park. But let me tell you, buddy, as I got older, I can go across the border as I please with dual citizenship. So I got to grow up basically with the experience of two countries. That's pretty cool.
That is actually very cool to have dual citizenship, because Canada's a cool country. So, how about you get to go back and forth without any issues at all? That's nice.
You can be the person to go up and get the ketchup chips for everyone.
Or as he also mentioned, it's Justin in Ferndale. He says, and for some reason in middle school and high school, I was always picked first whenever we had to play hockey in gym class.
Go figure.
Come on, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, you can do it. All right, I'm wondering about Vicky because, Vicky I'm embarrassed for Vicky, so I imagine you must be embarrassed for yourself.
I mean, only with a few things. Like, I wasn't embarrassed about the nerdy thing because that was the only way I was able to make friends, was to bond with people over that. But the thing that I was always embarrassed about was not being able to dress like everyone else dressed, because, we didn't have a whole lot of money. And I'm seeing that the fashion's returned. All the stuff that I wanted and wish I could buy and wear is now coming back into fashion, which is very weird and makes me feel very old. But now that I can buy the clothes to look cool and hip and young, I just like wearing my hoodies, man. I just love the comfort stuff. So I'm very much not embarrassed by what I wear. Like, it just doesn't, like, even hair and makeup, I'll do it when I want to, but I really just don't care. I do what I want.
That was kind of me, too, when I was a kid. Like, I was embarrassed by all we could afford was to shop at Kmart. So it was like, my mom put me where everyone else was wearing, like, the name brand stuff, and I was like, so embarrassed. And nowadays, it's like, I don't care what I look like.
It's so funny because, I don't know about you, Steve, but me, it was the hand-me-down generation. We didn't even get to shop anywhere for new clothes. We just I got my brother's stuff.
I was fortunate. My parents because my brother and I had different, like, interests and likes, so they knew that I wouldn't really want the clothes that he had. Even though, I mean, if they had to make me wear them, I guess I'd have to wear them. But I was fortunate, and I never had expensive taste. I just wanted cool band shirts. Shocking, nothing has changed.
Wait, you wanted cool band shirts at a young age? You mean like T-shirts that were they black? By any chance?
No, I'm in those days when I didn't have as much going on around the waistline. White T-shirts were just fine too, BJ.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that was the reason. Oh, all right then. Well, I can agree with that reason.
And like we were the hand-me-down generation. Oh, Freudian slip. But I was the oldest, so a lot of the time my parents would buy my brother and I matching clothing, and obviously so I could pass it down to him. So it was very gender neutral for us.
When you say you were the hand-me-down generation,
we had a lot. Yeah, like I had
other people. Huh? I mean, I didn't think that was a big thing as much with millennials. I thought, that parents were really wanting to, because for me, I didn't want my kids to have hand-me-downs. Because that's so as a millennial parent, I'm like, I am not going to do to my kids what my parents did to me, making me wear my sibling stuff. Now with Joey and Sarah, it was easy because they were both wanting to wear male and female stuff. So it was like, all right, well, they aren't going to get hand-me-downs even if I want to give them to them.
So when I was born, my parents had a little bit more extra income. So my dad would splurge and buy us, like, I'd be an itty bitty baby buying brand new Nikes that I'd grow out of in a week. Like he would splurge on all these things, and then when things got a little tougher, you can't really do that. So you have to, think more value for the money. And I loved getting bags and bags of clothing from other people's, like kids. Like my dad had, friends who had daughters that were older than me. So that was exciting for me. But when it came to my brother and I, since I was the oldest, I had to pass down my clothes to him. And a lot of it had to be pretty neutral. So a lot of just sports shirts, just plain shirts, all that fun stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, and I know a lot of my friends that have kids. I'm like, oh, we have a whole bag of girl clothes, and they're like, oh, please. Like, I think it's kind of funny how I think the mentality of hand-me-downs is different nowadays. Like, oh, can I save a couple bucks from buying all this clothes as long as it looks clean? And
so it's coming back.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it's like that website my wife's big into right now. Was it Mercari?
Mercari, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where it's like it's basically, I don't know if they have other stuff, but right now all we know is it's random kid stuff that barely is used, and people put stuff on sale. She's been selling stuff on there as well.
I use that all the time. You can buy pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Like whether it's tech or comic books, anything.
Wow, we did not have anything like that. I don't know what I guess Goodwill is where we sent all the stuff, like all the kids stuff that they didn't fit into anymore.
Well, BJ, the times have changed with technology.
And there's like a bunch of cool stores that are just like baby clothes that are used. Like I think there's one in Snohomish called like Oops-a-Daisy. You can just sell some of your clothes and you can buy it used, like gently used. So kids' clothes are expensive and sometimes they never even get to wear it.
Yeah, you can feel the pre-loved love at Mercari. That's their slogan.
The pre-loved love. That sounds like another website catchphrase. I'm not sure I go for that.
It doubles for Pornhub.
Yeah, well, if you click the right tabs on Mercari, it's the secret tabs. Secret. But man, I'm looking at all the electronics. I didn't realize they have a lot of cool stuff here, BJ.
Oh, at Mercari. Well, check it out, Steve. Maybe would it be wild if you bought something that you owned, like your wife sold something to you and you didn't know it was?
That would be amazing.
Check out this awesome thing I just got. She's like, yeah, I noticed that it was something I sold.
Yeah. Oh, hey, well, you know what? You're a great salesperson.
I went to print the label. It just said here.
Why are we giving this away?
Yeah, come on.
No, they got a bunch of like PlayStations and Xboxes.
Wow.
Headphones. Headphones seem to be the most popular thing that people are selling on here.
I wonder why they're selling headphones. Like, I mean, when do you ever grow out of headphones?
Maybe you get a better version.
Yeah, for Christmas.
Oh, that's a good point. All right.
Or you got something you didn't really like, but it's too late to return it.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
I don't know why I was being very dramatic.
Yeah, it was very dramatic.
Sounded like a murder mystery over a Christmas present. We want to know this. What is something that you used to be embarrassed about? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
So I used to be embarrassed by my glasses. I didn't have a lot of money, so I always had those huge government ones, and I always get made fun of. It wasn't until after high school that I embraced it, and also the styles have gotten a lot cooler since elementary school. Yeah, there's some really cool-looking glasses out there now.
It's so funny because all the cool-looking glasses they have now, I never wanted because they all look like old people's glasses in my generation. I wanted the wire rim glasses, which nobody wears anymore. But I remember my father wouldn't get me those. He would get me the ones that now I have that look cool. I was, because he was like, you'll break those. You're going to break the wire rims. The plastic ones are a little bit more durable. And so he would never get me the wire rims. And everybody had them in high school, and then here I am, Freddie Four Eyes with the big...
Freddie Four Eyes.
Yeah, really. And it's just like, oh, man.
Someone said I used to be embarrassed by the fact that I never learned to ride a bike. I hope they learned since.
Wow, yeah.
Well, maybe. I mean, do you imagine what it would be like to try to learn how to ride a bike when you have like you're as tall as you'll ever be?
Yeah.
Falling is probably the worst time in your life now than when you're like bouncy as a kid. Wow.
That would be beyond frustrating to try and do that now. You're absolutely right.
Wow.
We just got Tatum one of those little Strider bikes. It's like the ones without pedals on it.
Those are so neat.
The balance bikes.
It's a balance bike. Dude, man, that was all day yesterday. Thankfully, the weather was nice. It just showed up yesterday from Amazon, and we're like, set it all up. We went and got her a helmet. BJ, I don't think we're ever going to have... I think one day she'll call in for this topic and say I used to be made fun of because I wore a helmet all the time. Like, she has refused to take this helmet off. Like, dinner time, she wore the helmet. This morning, she woke up. First thing she said was put the helmet on. She went to CrossFit with my wife this morning with the helmet on.
Safety first.
Yeah. I don't think we're ever taking this helmet off of her, man.
Yeah, this is, and then the thing is like, well, you know what, in a way, I mean, when you're a little kid, it's like, it doesn't hurt if you fall down and bang your head. You got the helmet on now.
That's a good point. Yeah, here's a picture of her just eating dinner last night with the helmet on.
That is so fantastic.
Yeah.
I actually saw all your pictures on Facebook, and I mean, gosh, I called Sarah in, and I go, God, this brings back memories. I mean, just the adorability quotient was high on Facebook this morning with all those pictures you posted of little tater tot riding around.
Oh, just walk. Well, it's more walking around, but you know what?
I'm going to give her a
she's
break.
riding she got a horn too, and I have to apologize to my neighbors now.
Oh boy,
she has been the entire time just honking that freaking horn.
Yeah.
This was a bad idea.
You did that to yourself. I don't know what you were thinking.
Honk. It's like those clown horns. It's loud and obnoxious.
Oh, delightful.
Yeah.
So the helmet and the clown horn. You know what? You're living the dream, sir.
Hey, the helmet doesn't make any noise. I'm okay with the helmet.
Yeah. It's just the look, her just basically squeezing what the hell. Oh man, that's awesome. And of course it's in your neighborhood, so I don't have to hear it. Love that. That is perfect. Hey, have you ever been flying on an airplane and thought, I wonder what would happen if the person next to me died while on the plane? But by the way, I think this happened to me. I think that this wasn't in my row, but I think somebody did die on a plane that I was on one time. So I'm interested to hear what this flight attendant has to say, because they just shared what the procedure is for when this actually happens, when somebody dies on a plane. You're going to hear from her at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Usually with my office, we do a flat fee that includes all your court costs, filing fees, credit counseling, credit reports in one cost. In Chapter 13 cases, that usually starts at about $900. With Chapter 7 cases, so total costs, including all your court costs, attorney fees, is usually about $1,500. We offer payment plans on Chapter 7, so you can start a file with my office for as little as $200. You can send your creditor calls to us. We'll take your creditor calls while you gather up your information and make payments on the rest of the fees. With Chapter 13 cases, we can make payment arrangements in most cases as well and get your case filed even sooner in a Chapter 13 case because of the reorganization aspect to it.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.